Hey there, sign of Leo. This is Kim with your message. Let's get some Palo Santo lit so that we can clear these energies where I'm at, and they can clear the energies wherever you might be watching this also. And I hope you're doing good. Thank you so much for liking. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And give me a comment. I love reading comments. So here we go. Here we go. Oof. Nice. Nice smell. All right, so I'm going to pull a rune first to start your reading off. And let me go ahead quickly announce that I do have private readings. If you would like a private reading, they are recorded readings for you. You put in the notes what you want to know, and then email me. Make sure that I'm on your contact list so that you get your reading in the right spot. And I have affordable prices, so that is in the description box below. And you can also request a certain type of reading if you would like, or whatever deck you want. Just need to let me know. Otherwise, if you leave it up to me, I might pull from a bunch of different decks. So I like to keep that interesting for Leos. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, okay. Hagalaz. We're starting off with a hailstorm, Leo. Disruption, distress, storm. But there is something of a hidden blessing in this unexpected thing. It's accepting nature's power and finding the hidden blessing. Okay, a crisis with a hidden benefit. So seek the cloud silver lining. All right. All right. That's what we're going to start with. This will be interesting. I'm going to pull from the Sacred Spirit to get more information on this apparently hailstorm or disruption. Messages, please, for the sign of Leo. Messages for Leo. One more would be great. There we go. There we go. On the bottom, it says ground your light. Ground your light. So important to stay grounded at this time. All right. This was the second one. This was the first one. Oh, this is nice. All right. Spirit messages and the hummingbird. So you're receiving high vibe spirit messages at this time. Signs, synchronicities. It says observe limitations. But what I think it's trying to tell you to do is that something to do with that card, with that there is a silver lining, could quite possibly be that a certain situation unfolds the way that it does because that is how the opportunity is woven into your life. And that is what your soul wanted. Maybe your soul wanted the opportunity, and it just has to come about the way that it's coming about. So yeah, you should be receiving spirit messages here, man. And then something about your focus, the celestial gatekeeper, it says timing is critical. Timing is critical. So this is like telling me that there's something that must be done during this time. Timing is critical. So we'll go more into that. Guardian, you're protected. But it also says guard your energy. So guardian and guard your energy. And that would be why. Okay, well, listen. Okay, spiritual evolution. Set your heart free. So when we come upon this energy and there's the hummingbird right here too. We come upon this place where we are upgrading in a sense, spiritually evolving this avatar through this body, you're probably going to run into a challenge. And sometimes those challenges, you could look at them as tests, but like I say, it might just be there because that's where the opportunity is going to be presented. I do kind of, I'm picking up the, well, one, the sun's rays, that's beautiful, but I'm picking up, you know, that sense of, are you ready for this next thing? And if so, then the opportunity is going to be found through a challenge that you will overcome, and you will be shown how. Okay, so that's what I'm getting there. Okay, I'm going to pull from the Oracle of Genetic Gifts next, because I want to try to find out what kind of focus is needed and what type of spiritual evolution is here for you. And the numbers are 35, 19, 7, and 34. Angels, spirit guides, what's going on? Oh, it's about your soul number. So your soul number, you can look up on any kind of Google numerology to figure out what it will tell you, what your heart's desire is here. So it seems like whatever this spiritual evolution is, it's going to be guiding you more towards what your soul came here to do, what your heart is pulling you to do. So I have the soul number. You know, it's one of those things where you type in your birth date and your name, and it will give you your soul number. So what else? What else? Clairaudience. Clear hearing. Clear hearing. This could be in the, okay, the clairaudient thing is kind of tricky because it's not tricky. It's just that it can come about to you in different ways. So clairaudience could be in the form of a tone or a frequency that you hear, you actually hear all the time. Could get stronger or could have a different tone to it whenever you're getting information, or to cue you in on, you know, whether somebody is telling, like if somebody's talking to you and then you hear something at the same time they're talking to you, it may be like something about your hearing is trying to give you clues. Now, I have actually had, when my mom passed away, I had a clairaudient experience that was clearly her voice saying her name. So it can be actual, you hear it. That's the only time that I've had anything like that happen. I have had the tones and things like that in my ear. I'm sure that this can manifest in a lot of different ways. So they're telling you to listen. And I'm picking up this guardian or this familiar spirit here that might be guarding you through these tones or frequencies. You know how because what's popping in my mind is like, you know how certain hertz, for example, 174 hertz would be like a pain relieving tone or frequency, and you may be getting tones or frequencies from the divine in order to keep you balanced as can be, to manage pain, to balance chakras, to kick in an overdrive. Maybe it's 40 hertz sometimes, and it's there to help you with your visualizations and your manifestation during meditation. So I'm picking up on a few, like I said, this thing is coming across as being very complex, but something that is like that is being is it has been wired into you and is part of your protection. And that's the first time I've ever received that message. So that is really interesting. But you have the same, you have the wolf spirit here as this familiar spirit. And what is a familiar? It's simply a spirit that's very familiar with you. It's a buddy. It's an ally in the unseen realm. That's what it is. Okay, so give me another strange message for Leo, please. Give me another strange message. I'm all for it. That's the color of my hair right now, guys. It looks really beautiful. It was an accident, but it turned it a beautiful purple. Purple hair, lavender hair. I love it. All right, so maybe I know that, okay, so these cards are old. The cards are old, and so there is a Twitter, and that I had to put an X over because, of course, it turned into X, right? So Twitter platform, this is about how you're communicating with others, what you're communicating, and possibly, I mean, if I don't know, I'm not on Twitter, but you might be. You might find that that's a really great place to voice your opinion, and if so, then that's great. So there's that. You're a light worker. Well, I didn't really doubt that. Yeah, okay, well these all go together, don't they? The Twitter platform, not just Twitter, having to do with communicating, what you're communicating, what you're putting out there. And then I have life path number 3, the communicator, ruling planet Jupiter. There's something quite expansive with what you have to say, or information that your ears hear or pick up on, and then you to communicate it. Because I have the light worker, awakened, healer, teacher, leader, truth seeker. You don't have to be a life path number 3. It's definitely telling me that this does have to do with expansion and growth, Jupiter, what you have to say, and it being intertwined somehow in this light worker purpose. Okay, and then the light coming through here too. So those 3 go together for sure. And now, you know, communicating high vibe messages to people, helping people keep their spirits up, especially during difficult times. Everybody's going through something different, most likely. But yeah, it's nice to be that caring voice, right? Okay, I have Indigo child, but they're wanting me to say that the Indigo, if you are interested in that, it is about the waves of volunteers. Dolores Cannon did a lot. I love Dolores Cannon. She has since passed away, but she has like over 13 books about the waves of volunteers. She used to work for the U.S. government, actually, regressing people for their UFO experiences, and then found there was this other place that she was taking people. It was pre-birth, and they were talking about these waves of volunteers being the Indigo children, and I think the date of birth was starting at 1958 on. This says 1968 to 1978, but okay, so it's even more prevalent if that's yours, but I think they're wanting to say that you're a wave, because the light worker would fit into these waves, okay, of volunteers, definitely. And she's also not the only one that talks about the Indigo children, but the waves of volunteers, I remember her as being the first person that I heard that stuff about. Because, you know, Raymond Moody, he did books on the, you know, near-death experiences and things. And I just don't remember the waves of volunteers going. I mean, I just remember it from her. Okay, so your third eye is very open right now. Number 7. See, there's another one. Indigo child born between 1978 to 1988. So we could say that if you're here at this reading and you were born between 1968 and 1988, then it's even more important for you to look up what is an indigo child. Why did I volunteer for this shit? Why am I here? Yeah. Number 7, though, ascension number 7. And that might be the spiritual evolution here of something is getting bigger. Your vision is getting bigger. Your third eye vision more clear. It would be easier to manifest. Oh, and then a 1. So 1 and 7 is independence. And a spiritual journey, along your spiritual journey, pioneering in a sense. Yes, Kim. Okay, it says pioneer, like literally it says pioneer. Life path number 1, the pioneer, the sun, ruling planet, the sun. So your third eye is very open and you have the life path number 1. And so this means that you are here to communicate. You're here to listen to spirit, communicate, meditate, tap into that third eye vision, find out what your soul number is, what your heart's. I feel like I'm giving you a checklist of things to do. What's on the bottom? Another, okay, I don't need to exclude anybody here apparently. So we're going to put the other indigo, but I'm going to say that it's 1958 too. I got to do one more now. I got to do one more. Okay. And then see this. 1958 to 1968. So 1958, I don't know why I'm being so OCD about this, but 1958 to 1988, indigo child. The spiritual arts artist, designer, singer, sculptor is also coming out. And maybe that's just something about what your heart is being drawn to. Numerologist, the study of divine numbers. So numbers, just like they are to me, might be very significant to you along this journey of everything waking up. Ooh. Okay. So I'm going to use the Dreams of Gaia now and just get a few messages from it. Starting to heat up in this room. You have your angels with you for sure. You get some more water. That is what happens. Okay, the maiden. It's kind of relates to the High Priestess. We're going to take all these upright, okay? Whoa. Wow. Wow. Okay, I have success on the material plane. If you're wondering, like, material success is here, but this is about your thoughts. This is about your thoughts. It is. And there's ascension going on. Okay, and I have, and the King of Water over here. It landed on top of that. So the King of Water, and it does look like there's a bunch of water down here. Oh. The King of Water can be a person who resonates with your heart space, and it can also indicate that whatever this spiritual evolution within yourself is it's creating a lot of emotional balance in your life, able to handle things easier. But let's see what else. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's just gonna have to be a little bit messy here. I have 8, 9, 10 of swords. 8, 9, 10. So obviously this is about some kind of major mind thing. Okay. The maiden here is a new experience. And I think it is about being open and willing to experience something you've really never experienced here on earth before. And it is going to be about tapping more into your emotions and your heart. But there is this thing here about, all right, the 8 of Swords. We have the 6 of Swords too. So that we'll say this. Okay, the 8 of Swords here, this person is carrying 2 swords, right? One of them is piercing the hand. And this is a good example of how he feels chained, right? He feels chained and he feels like he's hurting. So I would imagine of being in a place where there's some type of disruption that makes you feel restricted or confined, and then it hurts at the same time. And that's what I'm picking up. And so how does that also manifest? It can manifest as anxiety and nerves, and that does hurt us because it ends up changing all of our stress hormones in our body. We can gain weight in specific on our visceral weight, which we could gain weight around our organs due to stress. So stress can cause all kinds of problems, and this is a stressful situation where, like this card says, we're having to observe our limitation. But after we've done that, we're not meant to stay in that position. And in fact, I see freedom here from whatever this initially started off with. Interesting that we have the 6 of Swords and then we skip the 7 of Swords. And so that's another message in itself. So we could start here and say that we are on this thought process or journey that's leading us to a different area in our life. It's meant to get us into a calmer place. You're meant to listen to your intuition when you see this card and go into calmer waters. The fact that we're skipping over the 7 of Swords makes me feel like you're being extremely true to yourself and honest and open with others. And sometimes that honesty people don't always take it very well, especially, it could piss somebody off. But I feel like your discernment is really wise, and that you know that that's like the best policy here. So then we move, we do have a completion right here. But this is where the 9 of Swords, if you see her hands, they're being lit up, right? The fingertips are lit up. There's a sword holding the wrists together. The mind is super active, and we have a good representation of the universe being in the body, in the mind here. Okay, but the fact that the fingers are lit up is kind of telling you that there's this urge to do something. I gotta do something. I don't know what to do because, well, it's running through your mind that there is something, that there's nothing that we can do about it at this time. And so your mind can go into overdrive in this place. So what the goal is to meet this lotus here in the middle. And the lotus would be peace, tranquility. It also can represent, you know, each petal representing like a cycle that you have been through. And so the serenity prayer would be good with this card, because this is an overactive mind is what this is saying. And so even when there's this burning desire to do something, you obviously have a lot of energy here. And do you notice something? You know what I notice? That is what's, okay, that's what's fueling this. All right. This bird here is right here too. Okay, it's right here on the eye. I don't know if you can really even see that very well, but he's right there on the eye. It's the same bird with the hook beak. So this card has to, even with the colors and stuff, it has to do with you being worried about the timing, because you know something about timing is critical here. And so there's worry. There is worry. Okay. And then, very fitting, this high vibe. This card on it is Rebirth. When you look at it in the guidebook, it will say Rebirth. It is the 10 of Swords, so it is a massive, big ending. But you see the angel and the butterflies, because through this process that was rather difficult, of how it could be a thought, like your thought process, worry, anxieties, concern, care, also coupled with maybe betrayal, having to deal with betrayal. But what I see is the angel rising from this. So it's almost like saying you're getting your wings here, spirit messages. Something is going to be over and you will feel very free about that. And then all of the butterflies. I mean, this is major transformation, but I gotta say, it's not wasn't easy. This is not easy. And that's why you have so much spirit assistance with you also, right? That is why you have so much assistance. All right. And then I have the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. So 4 to the 5. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're in alignment to process this. This card, the 4 of Cups, is about somebody who's always looking inward and wanting things to be more perfect. Okay, and okay, I would definitely say that's probably a Leo thing, because of me being a Leo sun, rising, and I'm a North Node Leo. It's always like, oh, I've got to improve this. I've got to improve this. This can be better. Let's see how to do it. And in that way, Leos are very optimistic and great cheerleaders. But at the same time, you can have a tendency to overdo it with trying to have some type of perfection in your life. Okay, so they're saying that you're already perfect. You don't have to keep on... you don't have to make it to the point to where you're just so worried all the time about things being a certain way. And there's a need to take a deep dive into those emotions that are rather heavy that we feel, and actually feel them. And that's another thing Leos are really great about, is like, I'm fine. I'm going to go out in the sun now. I'm fine. See, I'm not charged up. And feeling like we've already dealt with some heavy emotions. We've dealt with grief or mourning or loss, when there may be still some, there may even be trauma that needs to still be gone through or dealt with. And remember, you don't have to search for perfection when it comes to how you deal with mourning or loss or disappointments in yourself. This is saying that you're being a little too hard on yourself, or too harsh on yourself. So that's what I'm getting with that, my Leos. That's what I'm getting. I'm going to pull the 108 deck for you. Okay, what for Leo? The Pioneer. So we have 2 confirmations of the life path number 1, the Pioneer, and the Pioneer card. And it is a Leo card, yay. So it says boldness, destination or bust, the cutting edge, the long journey, trailblaze, true grit, challenged, navigating uncharted territory, resourceful, team, got your six, and unflappable courage. Got your team, and now I've got 2 2s, okay? Well, there's another 2 right here, but 2 2s popping out first thing. Tandem, bicycle, synchronized, alliance, duo, partnership, unison, equality, collaboration, togetherness, aligned, harmony, 2 of a kind. This could be what we feel a restriction in, and maybe that something is coming to fix that, because now I have it coming out on the 8 of Swords, 8-8. So do not worry. Something about your prosperity, wealth, and abundance is going to come, like it will come through for you. Okay, grapes, abundance, bearing fruit. We're possibly worried about that right now, and about how I could be more free if this or that, right? But we observe the ways that we're not, so that we find the ways that we can be. And like I said, there may be some kind of golden nugget of information or an opportunity for you in this space. It might even require in that space, right? So abundance, bearing fruit, harvest, fertility, merriment, prosperity, surplus, fullness, juicy, overindulgence, tempting, goodness, plentiful, wealth, and enjoying the fruits of your labor. See? Spirit saying, yeah, that's very likely. At this time, this situation or outcome is very likely to occur. Nice, right? Oh, it matches my hair, that purple. Okay, flag, achievement, recognition, overthrow, success, victory, a winner, bragging rights, carry the day, plans are coming to fruition. Yoga with contemplation, deep breath. Yes, sitting with yourself, deep breath, time alone, balance chakras, reflection, wellness, and rest. Very important during this time. To lower your stress levels and to open up your clairaudience more, so that you can hear these messages. And don't worry if you can't decipher what a tone means. Also, that will come in time too. So I have 3. I have friends, friendship, group, soul tribe, third person, contact, relate, network, show up, hang out, meet in person, social media, interpersonal, relationships, togetherness, and friendliness. It seems like this got your 6, that you will be, yes, you will be pioneering something, but you're doing it within your light worker soul group. You are the water carrier. Look, the water carrier, beautiful. And I have humanitarian, generosity. It's on all the 4 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, the spiritual evolution, the King of Water, which could be you or could be another person. But there is something here, a tie to humanitarianism. Could have a benefactor, somebody supporting your work. You obviously give back, or you're wanting to care for others. This is about achieving that calm life and unselfish, alleviate suffering, care for others. And then cake, celebration, ceremony, party, gathering with friends and family, honor, remember, recognize, commemorate, graduation, anniversary, wedding, prom, birthday, an award ceremony. Let's get us an angel number to close it out. The cake card. Let them eat cake. No, don't say that. That's never a good thing to say. As far as history has shown us, you may lose your head. 9, it's your compassion that makes you shine. You're devoted to helping the greater good, and you have a strong talent for speaking up for others. Your soul is most satisfied when you're being of service. I am compassionate. Number 9. 29, you are highly intuitive and creative. Your mind thinks in pictures, and you seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. I am insightful. 2. Okay. 3, expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversation and creative pursuits. You are able to get others on board with your ideas. I am charismatic. Number 3, it's an Empress energy there too. And the Trinity, right? Okay, 23, you have a zest for life and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement, and you need to feel both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure. It's to be lived to the fullest. I am adventurous. And then on the bottom of the deck, 2. Guys, there's definitely some new partnerships and balance that's going to be coming into your life in those regards too. So trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and action. I am balanced. That's what I have for my lovely Leos. I'm sending you love and light. Bye, guys.